It has felt like a long wait, but at long last Eden Zero is back, and this is the Angry Anime Fan, the semi-retired despair reviewer, although I technically only review Eden Zero for now. Still has no plan to really expand. I mean, I want to expand, but I'm facing a dilemma. It doesn't help that one doesn't really have a real job in the world right now. I'm too distracted, but we're not here to talk about my pathetic life. Trust me, it will not end pretty anyway. We're here to talk about Eden Zero Chapter 106 review here, and let me just tell you, finally some more information drop. Well, not really, but we'll see. Either way, the cover depicts what I presume is Sister in a scandalous dress, surrounded by nature and, well, not nature, it seems like something, as well as butterflies. Is that meant to symbolize that she is associated with butterflies because Witch was associated with a Black Panther? I don't know. It strangely looks good on her, that female-looking suit, despite her personality. But either way, into the chapter, Xiao Mei finally appears again and narrates what we have known. The fact that Shiki and Graham Bell, but they found the Siggy alive, and Siggy now proclaiming that everything will do. The thing is here that she is saying, thinking about this the first time, our drinking really acted part, isn't she trying to tell us something? Well, the funny thing is, she is not detailing on when Rebecca fell into the world of 30. So sorry, and changed everything. But she does say that they have been following the Eden One that is now presumably in outer cosmos. And now they have ended up in a place of where there is no longer any cherry dancing blossoms, but rather folklore of fish. This is the Aoi cosmos. And of course, Happy is very, no pun intended, happy. After all, he loves fish. The funny thing is here, though, that Rebecca is pointing out that when they met Connor in World 29, they were also surrounded by a school of fish. Now they are in the Ao cosmos because, according to him, he came from there. And now, right here and now, they're surrounded by fish again. Almost the same kind of fish. Funny thing is that Jin is the one, and Klein is the one who points out that they're in the Ao cosmos. Of course, though, he immediately turns around saying, I have no intention of fantasizing with you people. I'm only here out of necessity. So that is once again begging the question, will that change, or will this become permanent? Well, it seems like Homura is more open than the other, but who knows? Fun, and oh yeah, by the way, Witch actually takes off her visor helmet this time. We can once again see her beautiful face. And now things get a little bit more strange as she doesn't really herself know why they chose to go to Aoi Cosmos, because their sole objective was to get to outer space, and she didn't know where they would emerge. Because here she says something strange, that recently, as we have all seen, the 4-star Shrine Maidens have somehow had their memories deleted, and now Siggy has somehow returned as an evil version of himself. Too many questions that do not bring forth answer, and that is frustrating to me. And very early before, ironically in the same chapter as when they met Connor in World 29, they mentioned that the log itself has also been deleted, although Hermit mentions that there may be some way to repair the part of the logs. She cannot repair their memories, but the Zero's logs may, although that will take time. The funny thing here is that she's also the fact that the memories lost seems to be some kind of key in this manga. Pino had her memories deleted, although that was not from Siggy. The 4 stars had their memory deleted by Siggy. Siggy has somehow lost every single memory of what he used to be. I mean, granted, he seems to remember who he used to be, but he also seems to completely ignore who he used to be. And now even the ship has lost the memories. Not to mention the fact that somehow the Saturn's gravity can draw in memories as well as Rebecca could remember memories from World 29. Even the World 29 could become eclipsed by World 30. Yes, memories. It seems to be a theme here. Either way, Hermito mentioned something strange that 15 years ago, is that also the time when they found Shiki? A lot of people have begun to wonder, wasn't it 10 years ago or 15 years ago or something like that? And the funny thing is here that if Shiki was found 10 years ago, then technically should make him 10 years old. But he does not look like he's 10 years old. He looks at least like he's 15. And that makes me very worried for the anime. I'll make one thing perfectly clear. I do not want him to have a radiant main character-like voice. That does not suit his personality or his body a single bit. But something tells me that is going to happen. Rather, the fact that I wonder that 15 years ago, the Eden Zero actually did go to the Aoi cosmos. So maybe this was instructionals. And they are headed for the fire planet of Red Cave. So sorry, it's early in the morning. That's why I'm yawning so much. I have a lot of things to do today. So Hermito is mentioning the fact that a strange turn was found by her in the logs. Poseidon Nero, who is the third revealed member of the Oracion Seis Galactica. However, unlike Drakenjo and Elsie Crimson, Poseidon Nero apparently rules the Aoi cosmos. Not in the shadows, because Drakenjo apparently observed one planet and made people in debt to him. All in the shadows. He was a shadowy dictator, the most dangerous criminals. While it's not yet confirmed exactly what Elsie has been. She does have a large fleet, and she does enjoy conquest, and is said to have ruled over many different cosmos. Apparently, Poseidon Nero is the emperor, the ultimate authority in the place of the Aoi cosmos. We see a silhouette of him. He appears to have a very fish-like tendencies and also a very long flowing hair. It wouldn't surprise me if it's a very Cthulhu-like face, octopus-like face of some sort. So he sounds like a guy not worthy of messing with, but also if he's the absolute ruler of the Aoi cosmos, does that mean he is the main antagonist of the Aoi cosmos saga? Although, which point out that not all of the Russian Seis may be hopeless. Enemy. So they head towards Red Cave. But then we've switched to a piece of people we haven't seen in a long time. Yes, it's Justice Creed and, the other guy. How embarrassing. I actually forgot his name. Either way, they're mentioning the fact that they've been tracking Elsie for a long time. It's clear they have a personal hatred towards her. And they even managed to find Eden Zero. One of them mentions the fact that they managed to wrap up the Draken business, but now Elsie's heading towards the Aoi cosmos, very likely meeting Nero. It's not exactly confirmed yet if the Oracion Seis Galactica is a group that knew of each other and were, colleagues, or if they were a group that knew each other but were also their most strongest rivals. Granted, however, it didn't seem like they didn't mind anywhere of their own business. So maybe they just were like a group, but also not partners. Who knows? And here's the fun. And Justice once again shows that he's actually a kind of smart guy. Because while the other two have been fooled with the fact that Noah's team supposedly defeated Draken, Justice is not fooled. He believes that Noah's report was a lie. And the fact that he somehow detected the same kind of ether in Belial Gore as he detected where before on Eden Zero, the Demon King's ether. So they have yet to find out who Shiki is, but they somehow know of Eden Zero and the Demon King's ether. What is their connection to Ziggy? I wonder. The fact that one of them points out that insane to have someone at the same kind of ether master as Elsie and Draken is crazy, meaning that Elsie does have a Ether, although Justice points out that there is someone right here. Then suddenly Jaguar appears, and something very different with his design. Although I don't really know if that's a choice made by Hiro or if it's just decided to change it. This time, Jaguar seems to have spots near his eyes, which makes him very much like a real Jaguar. He tells, Victory, that was his name, Victory and Creed to step aside because now they're going to have a prayer council with Justice. And as Justice asked why this was not supposed to happen next week, Jaguar points out that they haven't. And suddenly other people appears in holograms. As it turns out that Justice is a special case. He, Creed, and Victory may be underlings under the Colonel Jaguar, but it turns out that Justice is a special case. He is also part of a team that Jaguar is also part of, a team of powerful individuals in the Interstellar that they have made their mission to fight the Oracion Seis Galactica, because they are the Oracion Seis Interstellar, the government version of the Oracion Seis Galactica. The plot begins as we see them all. They have very alien-like designs. Granted, however, only two of them have real alien designs, but there is just something that I'm very worried about in this manga. We have yet to meet a good alien per se, at least an alien ally or someone who will join the Eden Zero crew, and that is not good. The reason why that is good is because that says a lot about Hiro Mishima's character if he is not gonna make aliens good guys. But either way, the members are Cure, a guy who looks alien-like, but he also looks like a robot. His name is Cure. Will he perhaps be connected to curing Klein? We have Jaguar, the guy who looks, well, like a cat, and now even has the spots to prove it. Then a flirtatious, beautiful lady that has some kind of outerworldly to her, Holy. A silent woman who seems to have a very featherly-like design called Feather. An arrogant man with some kind of ether gear-like sign called Eraser. And finally, we have Justice, as they proclaim the fact that if Elsie is involved, Justice will want to track it. And now he's saying that he will go to the out cosmos. Holy mocks a little bit Justice, saying like, Precious, I'm jealous of precious little Elsie, making it the second character that seems to play with the fact that Elsie and Justice is supposed to be an item. However, Justice activates his ether gear, showing his blue hair. Again, making it all, saying that in the name of the Oracion Seis Interstellar, that woman took everything from me, and I will kill her with my own hands. The fact that they are mocking of the fact that saying like, Justice is a thing for Elsie, is a little bit of a inter-series joke of the fact that Justice and Elsie have almost practically the same designs as Geral and Ersa from Fairy Tail, and they were practically an item. The fact that these two seems to be arch nemesis is pretty funny, and that makes the fact that they're saying like, oh, you are chasing because you love her, and saying I will kill her because she took everything from me, is basically telling the fan base, no, they're not supposed to be an item. But I guess we'll see, won't we? We still don't know what Justice Ether Gear is, and why his hair is turning blue when it's already white. Either way, he will kill Elsie. Does that mean we have an enemy here? Or not? As Jaguar says that they must pray for use of sacred power for the peace of the cosmos. But again, the Oracion Seis Interstellar. I find it too soon to proclaim them to be allies. Eventually, they end up in Red Cave, a planet that is not a fire planet, but filled with ocean. The Eden Zero. The plot thickens. Yeah, that's basically the chapter. A bombshell of a chapter, full of information as we finally see a new set of people. The Oracion says interstellar. But there's something that Witch says that is kind of catchy, and that is not all of the Oracion says Galactica may be evil. And that is true. I mean, maybe they won't all be evil. Does that mean that the Interstellar will be evil? Because a lot of these people have a very evil aura to themselves. In fact, they had almost demon-like designs when I saw them the first. And then we have the Demon King Siggy. Coincidence? I don't know. It's just something that does not feel right here. Now we have three different factions. The Oracion says Galactica, the Oracion says Interstellar, and Siggy. Siggy is the one who says they will make all robots rule over mankind. That will not be good for the Interstellar, nor for the Galactica. So I just wonder what awaits us in the future. And if Siggy has these many opponents to deal with, how is he even going to prove his power? Or is he going to recruit someone else? But yeah, the red planet is supposedly a water planet. But there's also something we have to point out. The ruler of the Aoi cosmos is Poseidon Nero, a name that is very associated with water. So I wonder, is it possible that Poseidon Nero has turned every single planet in the Aoi cosmos into a water planet to make his rule more powerful? Too many questions, but I love this chapter, so give me your thoughts if you have any.